wearing all black.
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
Hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking a shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire at the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Aloha Press Show. I'm JC, joined today with my co-host Jeff. What's going on, buddy?
You know, I'm fresh off of a round of golf with one of our past champions. Nikki made it to town, our Aloha Press retreat champ. So I got to play a little golf with her and my cousin Sean yesterday, and relaxing and get ready to go back to work, buddy. I mean, you know, this new weekends off thing, I'm still not used to it.
And Jeff, I mean, dude, let's be honest with the audience, okay? You were yawning about 10 seconds ago, okay, in the intro. It sounds like you guys were partaking in some of the retreat activities that we had down in Cancun. I would imagine you guys had a few beverages to celebrate your reuniting.
Well, we're very excited to see each other. We played golf around 11 o'clock, started drinking early. It was about 99, 100 degrees yesterday. And then we made it down to one of my favorite restaurants in El Dorado Hills called Aji. I think you've been there before. Unbeknownst to me, it turns into a nightclub every other Saturday night, and it just happened to be a nightclub night. So the sake bombs turned into cocktails, turned into dancing, go-go dancers and everything around. So yeah, we went a little hard last night.
That's the way it goes, and it's the best time to be hungover and watch some golf is, you know, on a Sunday when you got plenty of major championship golf to watch. I mean, I'm sure you stayed up real late to tune into the LPGA Water Bottle Classic, and then we had the Open, the Senior Open Championship, which was like watching paint dry this week. Jeff, first and foremost, I understand you and I both did not watch a lot of major championship golf because one, it just wasn't that entertaining, but we got the Lees in a playoff at the LPGA Tour event, which is very exciting. Minjee Lee takes down Jeon. I can't say her name. It's Geongeun Lee 6. Okay, there's so many Lees on tour that she decided to add a 6 at the end of it. Unfortunately, like duck hooked one to the pond to lose to the other Lee in a playoff. That's not my question, Jeff. I know you didn't watch it. I know I didn't watch it. I tuned into the highlights. But if you're at an Evian Championship and you're in France, are you dicing yourself with the same bottle of water that's sponsoring the tournament and the champagne? Which, I mean, what do you recommend?
I think you drink water during the round, and then it's booze after. There's no water dumping. There's no water chugging. It's champagne all over you. Your eyes better be red and burning, just like back in the day with Jordan and the Bulls, you know, in the locker room. Just that you got to.
That's the one thing I've noticed on the LPGA Tour. They tend to dump water bottles, which is kind of awkward, especially when most of these girls are wearing white, they're wearing white pants, they're wearing white tops. And maybe the Aloha Press can sponsor the underwear section of the Champions, but it just is awkward because you would think these girls would like wear goggles when they're spraying champagne. Like that's what I want out of these girls. I don't want the friendly dumping it on your head. I want the full blown Michael Jordan like taking people down with champagne corks, especially if you're in France.
Hey, yeah, and they better be spraying their caddy, spraying the fans. I don't care. You know, let it fly, baby.
What else is flying was the Senior Open Championship, which was just I tuned in early. I'm lucky to be here on the East Coast and got to see a lot the battle between just a couple of daring lads. Stephen, maybe I don't know how they say it in Europe, but Stephen Dodd and Darren Clark came down to battling it out. Just a lot of old guys walking real slow. Stephen Dodd got the trophy out at the Little Open Championship. It was not too exciting.
I might have actually watched more of that tournament had it not looked like it was a Monterey golf course. That did not look like a Senior Open, a British Open, anything. It looked well manicured, very green. fucking pine trees everywhere. I don't know who picked that course, but I mean, we didn't really get the weather that we wanted with the Open last week. But I need some dry brown fairways, wispy weeds, creeks, and pop bunkers. That had regular bunkers on that course. I mean, it was nothing that reminded me of an Open championship.
No, it was horrible. I tuned in to watch the final 6 holes, and it was just a complete fucking drag. Like I like Darren Clarke. I think he's a great Open champion. But the battle between the Steve and Dodd, they were remarking like, oh, he just looks unbothered out there. And I'm like, one, because it's like drizzling a little rain. What is he gonna actually win? He's never won on the PGA Tour. He never played on the PGA Tour. He was featured in 5 major championships and missed the cut every single time. And now he's out there winning a senior major. Jeff, you could delete the senior major champions league tournaments, and I don't think I would lose an ounce of sleep because the product is just, God, it's like watching old guys play golf. It's just rather boring.
Hey, they should consider themselves very lucky that they even have such thing as a senior open or a senior tour for that fact, because who wants to tune in besides family and friends? Who wants to tune in and watch these guys? I mean, they're still out there making $500,000 winning these major tournaments too. You know, there's $1 million winners on the money list. I don't get it. Like golf. If you are raising your kid right now, get them into golf. Golf is the way of the future. You're never really going to get hurt unless you're a puss, and you're going to make money your entire life.
And guess what? If you're on the LPGA Tour, they don't even fucking show you. Like you can't even tune into that tournament. They're busy showing off the fucking senior tour, and they put the girls a major championship on tape delay. And I'm watching it on fucking LPGAtour.com. Watch the Lee sisters fucking win it. It was just ridiculous, and I can't. There's something about like live sports that I need to see it live. Okay, like unless there's something like the men's majors champions, I can watch those on tape delay, but not the LPGA Tour. I need to see that shit live, or I just lose all interest knowing who already won, and now I get to see it over. Especially with social media and everything. Like they're posting like shots of them winning the tournament on Twitter. It kind of tires me out. So there you go. Two major championship winners.
One more thing. I think that the women's game also has to come up with a better name. Like you can't just have it the Evian Championship and know it's a major, because people outside of women's golf have no clue. That's just another golf tournament. You got to come up with a better name, a catchy, something that lets me know this is very important and this is a major championship, because like you said, it's the water bottle open. I mean, that's all that was. Who knows?
I have a suggestion of the name, but I don't think Evian wants to go that direction. And who the hell is drinking Evian water anyways? Like let's make it the wet t-shirt contest open, and I swear to God, you'll get way more viewers. Okay, they'll at least click on your product. Okay, I'm just saying, if we're selling water, like let's pick a different company. I get it, we're in France, but something. I mean, there's all kinds of different liquid. Like one water company comes to mind. It's called Liquid Death. Like I would tune in to watch the Liquid Death LPGA Tour Major Championship. Like that's kind of my, that's my kind of flavor.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, we didn't watch either of these tournaments. Congrats to the winners. I think Lee 6 might have actually shot like a 61 day one from what I can remember. But yeah, it's a sad day. It was a sad week in golf. It really was. I mean, the 3M was not much better.
The 3M was talking about watching paint dry. It was to a point where the 2 final groups just absolutely just lost it. I mean, they tuned in for the final groups for like maybe 3 holes, because then Gary Woodland's making bogeys everywhere on a very gettable golf course out in Minnesota. So they just switched over to like, Louis Oosthuizen. You got Charles Schwartzel on TV. You've got, Cam Champ. You've got, at one point in time, I was seeing a lot of Jimmy Walker on the television coverage, which I haven't seen Jimmy Walker in years. Literally years on the tour. Walker, I forgot he was even on the tour.
Here's the thing. I don't know how many cuts he's made in the last, 50 starts. Not many. But the only reason I even remember the name Jimmy Walker is because I picked him the one time we picked who was going to finish worse in a golf tournament. That's the last time that his name came up. And he was around the top of the leaderboard. So was our boy Pat Perez, and I actually wanted to see him win. I was hoping he'd get it done, but he kind of struggled there late as well.
He ended up getting a T11. Pat Perez tied it up with Jimmy Walker, Ches Reavie, and Brent Snedeker. Rounding out the top 11 there. It was not a very good championship. I mean, the guy who I feel bad for the most is the guy who consistently just takes home second place finishes. Louis Oosthuizen it again, another T2. I mean, the guy damn near holes out on 18 for fucking eagle to get himself into a playoff, and he's just sitting around. He chalks up the best score. He's in the clubhouse. He's hanging out with his wife, and he's just got to sit there and wait. If he filmed about another second place finish, he's just got to wait around for Cameron Champ to finish up and smoke him out of another tournament. I mean, I don't know. It just I feel bad for the guy.
I'm surprised he played as well as he did. I mean, we talked about it last week. Him and DJ coming over after the Open Championship, and DJ didn't play well. I don't even think he made the cut. Our picks made the cut on the number, so they didn't play very well. P. Reed got it done for me, but other than that, yeah, Louis surprised me when I saw his name up there in 66 on Sunday. That takes a lot of mental fortitude because he could have very easily packed it in this week. We still didn't even know why him and DJ were there.
Well, it was one of those things that I realized as I pull up a photo. I've got some stats on Louis. He kind of cracked me up in the sense of I'll give you some stats. In the last 7 events, he's won $4.3 million. Okay, the previous 2 seasons he won $3.8 million. So Louis Oosthuizen in 7 starts is fucking winning at life. The second place finish should be like. He should just simply call it my $4.3 million finishes because it's fucking a great way to live.
Hey, ride the hot hand, right? And I'm assuming he's going over to the Olympics. I don't know if I actually got down. Did he? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I didn't. When I was making my picks for that, I didn't quite get down to his country.
He's busy cashing checks. He's not busy playing for his country. It's so anyways, you got. Let's see here. You got Cameron Champ, Sacramento native guy, someone that's from Northern California, which is cool. Gets his 3rd PGA Tour victory, and does it in a way that I thought was going to be a bit more entertaining, Jeff. I'm watching the telecast, and I'm seeing them just show strictly Cameron Champ, and they're filming him so much that they're catching him like hunched over, like in the shade, just like heavy breathing, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they apparently, one of the announcers, Dottie Pepper, goes down there and do some investigative reporting and figures out that, he's dehydrated. It's 100 degrees out and he's fucking dehydrated. And I for whatever reason, thought he might pass out and then Louis might get a victory, like a knockout victory. Like, how the fuck do you play that golf turn? Like, do you just withdraw or what? It was kind of sketchy for a minute.
Hey, I'm just going to say that's unacceptable. Dehydration should be the last of a PGA Tour guy's worries. One, that means he didn't hydrate the night before. But your caddy's got to have some liquid IV or something out there for you. I mean, I played golf in 100-degree heat yesterday, and I was drinking Coors Lights and Jack Daniels all day and didn't get dehydrated. Figure it out.
Well,
that's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I mean, you got to take if you're out drinking the night before, you got to take the John Daly, the fucking John Daly. Second day of golf, fucking, and rehydrate somehow. I mean, either keep drinking, Cam, or fucking get yourself some water. I don't know how a professional athlete claims to be a professional athlete is somewhat dehydrated. There's coolers everywhere. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Hey, I'm going to say this, though. It wasn't exciting to watch. I did watch some golf today, but I forgot how far that guy hits the ball. Having a 2-iron off the tee and he's hitting it 315. That's just ridiculous. That is mind blowing. He hits 2-iron gap wedge on a hole that's 465 yards. We'd be driver fucking 4-iron.
So I looked at so they always come out with articles like about like the winner's golf bag, and they didn't have the 2-iron listed, but I was going down the list of golf clubs and I'm like, I feel like he's fucking missing something. He's got driver, 2-iron, 4-iron, 4-iron, okay? And then he's got a full bag of wedges and a putter. And I'm going, what the fuck? The guy doesn't even carry a 3-wood, no 5-woods, no 7-ones in the bag, just driver, 2-iron. Nope. That's how fucking far this guy hits it. And how, he just knows on a par 5, he's never going to have to hit 3-wood, 5-wood, just a 17-degree 2-iron, no big deal.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, and it was fun to watch him, hit it that far, and he got it done. Sacramento boy got it done. Big win for him. But the challengers kind of fell apart. I think it was Merritt, your boy Troy Merritt, or Tringali. Tringali had made a mess of a par 3. He had a chance. You guys were just falling apart.
It was just it was tough out there for those guys. Wind kicked up. It's one of those golf courses that just. If you spray it a little bit, there's a couple holes out there that just got a fucking ocean size, of water hazards. Jeff, I got to ask you, when we're talking about golf picks, and I realized that I could have picked fucking anyone but Bubba Watson to fucking get a victory. Charles Schwartzel, Keith Mitchell. I'm naming Jonathan Vegas, who I don't think he's made a cut in fucking 2 years. He somehow is in the mix. I could have picked any of these fucking guys, and then I beat Patrick Reed. But the thing that cracks me up and kind of shocks me in the golfing world is Cameron Champ. Dude has missed the last 5 cuts. He's missed the last 5 cuts, and then comes out here and just gets the victory. I don't know how to pick golfers anymore to beat you. I just don't know how. When they can miss 5 fucking weeks of cuts and then just smoke everyone I pick. It just drives me fucking crazy.
Well, hey, I'm happy. We got the ball count back up to 7, so we're working our way back to 8. We got some Olympic picks this week, but Pete Reed didn't play, great. He got it done Saturday, kind of, or he got it done today. But Bubba just didn't play good at all. What did Bubba finish at? 1 under? No,
he finished at 3 under. He put it together today. Okay. He shot I think a couple under today. Pete Reed was. He didn't put together his best finish, especially with some of the news that came out earlier today. Jeff, do you want to get into some of this news? It's I guess it's compelling. We got Olympic golf this week, in void of any PGA Tour events, which I'm rather shocked that the PGA Tour goes, they don't want to battle against the Olympics. They want to battle against every LPGA Tour fucking major championship. They're willing to battle against other championships, but the Olympics gets a break. And Patrick Reed has been added to the Team USA. Mr. Captain America takes the place of Bryson DeChambeau, who apparently tested positive for COVID. Is this a good thing for Team USA?
I don't think so. People want to see Bryson. He's more worldwide than Patrick Reed. The thing that shocks me, and especially like with the news about Bryson and the news about Rahm, is Bryson, how did he even get COVID? I don't see him ever going out. He's not hanging out at bars. He's not hanging out with girls. He's playing video games at home and hitting range balls. So how did he get COVID, first off? And then secondly, what the fuck is going on with Jon Rahm? How does he test positive again? It's mind blowing.
I've got a theory. I've got an aluminum hat theory, but again, Jon Rahm tests positive again. If you're not familiar, Jon Rahm, back at the Memorial, tested positive for COVID after getting vaccinated, after already he'd already had COVID, and again, he's again testing positive for COVID. First and foremost, Jeff, it's very simple. Jon Rahm came out and said, "Hey, the Olympics, it's not making it very easy on the players," and I think this is just my theory. He paid someone to fucking give him COVID or give him a negative test because this guy was bitching about not wanting to go anyways. I think he just, was like, fuck it. Just give me some COVID again. It's just, kind of crazy.
Well, hey, that's very likely. It makes more sense because you just think if he really wanted to be there, he would have found a way to stay away from the COVID. Bryson, on the other hand, like I said, complete mystery how that guy got COVID.
I know how Bryson got COVID. Okay.
Unless P. Reed fucking sent him something in the mail.
That's, I think, I mean, besides the Ryder Cup, I mean, Patrick Reed, this is the only event that he's going to get to go to where there's no fucking fans. There's going to be very limited rules officials. He's going to have the most opportune time to win a gold medal. And he said it in his little brief. It just, what my question to you, Jeff, is why is Patrick Reed considered Mr. America or Captain America? Who designated his dumbass for that nickname? I don't want anything to do with Patrick Reed. I want him to move to Canada, to be quite honest with you. That's how much I don't like him. It just drives me crazy. Why is he Captain America? That's what I need to know.
I mean, in my mind, it goes back to the battle with Rory. And that's the only thing I can think of, because the U.S. fans got so behind him there when he's going back and forth birdie for birdie with Rory that he became that. Plus, he wears red, white, and blue quite a bit. You know, obviously he wears red on Sundays like Tiger. But I don't know why he's Captain America. I mean, I know he's got a good record in, you know, Ryder Cups and President's Cups and things like that. He's so they like him. We'll see. I mean, who else are you gonna pick?
Well, that's true. It's so Patrick Reed came out with a statement. He of course is in Minnesota, and they've got this laundry list of things that they have to do before they fly over. He said, "I'm so excited to have the opportunity to represent our country and be part of Team USA in Tokyo," said Reed. "I wish Bryson nothing but the best, and I know how disappointed he is to not be able to compete, and I would do my best to play my best and represent our country." Bryson came out and said, "I am deeply disappointed not to be able to compete in the Olympics for Team USA," said DeChambeau. "Representing my country means the world to me, and it was a tremendous honor to make this team. I wish Team USA the best of luck next week in Tokyo. I will now focus on getting healthy, and I look forward to returning to competition once I am cleared to do so." I think, I mean, even crazier take, I think Patrick Reed's wife, okay, sent Bryson a little care package, and it was laced in something, okay? Maybe it was a video game. Maybe it was one of those anime pornos that he likes to watch. I'm just guessing, but I'm just saying, like, Bryson, there's no way he could have gotten it. I mean, if he wants to play Mad Scientist, I get it. But he ain't gonna be around anyone with fucking COVID. Like, it just drives me crazy. But it cracks me up because I don't know if I would want to go to Tokyo. After reading the guidelines, I don't know if I want to be a part of it, especially if it's gonna be fanless.
And that's it right there, fanless. I've been trying to watch the Olympics. I've been trying to watch the swimming, the gymnastics, the volleyball, everything. They've built these beautiful arenas and they're empty. And there's just something about the Olympics that you need fans. People cheer for, you know, obviously their home country, but they cheer for the winners. You know, it makes it exciting to hear the roars of the crowd. Just having announcers, it's kind of a dud, and I think golf's going to struggle too. I wouldn't want to go over there with all those protocols and the hiccups that you got to go through to even get there and to get on the golf course. I'd say screw that.
It's and you're playing for no money, which again, you're playing for team pride. And I went on a big tangent calling John Rahm a giant anti-Spaniard or whatever for not trying to play, and he ended up playing, but. So Olympic golf is here. Well, we thought it is, but these players have to go through a large amount of restrictions to get it into the games. You have to take 2 COVID tests just before boarding. Okay. You have to do it within 96 hours of boarding to go to Japan. And the COVID tests have to be the PCR test that takes 24 to 48 hours to verify the results. So that's a fucking nightmare. And then you have to show your testing results and credentials approximately a dozen times just while you're going and moving throughout Japan. And then also Japan does not care if you're vaccinated or not vaccinated. They have the same guidelines, so vaccination means absolutely nothing. Additionally, you have to wear a mask the entire time unless you're competing in your particular game. So if you go to the sauna, you gotta wear a mask. If you go to the pool, gotta wear a fucking mask. If you go to the gym, if you go to the restaurant, you got to wear a fucking mask. You're around people who fucking apparently doesn't have COVID, but you still have to wear a mask, which doesn't make any sense. Additionally, the golfers are going to have to deal with a tropical storm called Napartik, which is expected to make landfall on Tuesday And additionally, there are approximately 130 people that have already tested positive for COVID at the Olympics. So I don't know if I would want to be dealing with the nonsense that's involved with the Olympic Games. Besides the fact that I spent my entire life knowing when the Olympics were because it was on an even year. Now it's on a fucking odd year. It's gonna fuck me up.
Well, I mean, and here's the other thing: we're going to make 3 picks, right, for the Olympic golf. Who's to say they're even going to be around for the weekend? Because more people are going to test positive for COVID. Who's going to be the next one out? I mean, we should probably bet on that more than who's going to win the goddamn golf tournament.
We're going to make these picks, and it might change here in like a few hours. Like I'm constantly refreshing the some of the news articles just to see if things have changed, because they absolutely could. It just, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So, Jeff, do you want to get into a few picks? I mean, you are the bottle count leader. You came up with this crazy bet about 30 seconds before I jumped on the podcast. So let's break down for the listeners. If they want to tune in and make their own picks, all they got to do is send us a DM or leave it in the comments on our YouTube channel. So, what do you think? Explain the rules for them.
Well, I would love the listeners to send in Instagram, YouTube, whatever, email, send in your picks. Because what we're going to do, we're going to go 3 picks from 3 different countries. At the end of the tournament, we're going to add up their scores. Lowest score wins. And maybe they'll snag a bottle from us. Maybe you'll beat me this week, but you might get beat by somebody else out in the listening world, and you won't get a bottle. So that I'm willing to send a bottle if somebody beats us. Whoever gets the top score.
I'm with you. I think it's a great idea. So if you're listening to this and you want to submit, you just got to pick 3 players from 3 different countries. Okay. We'll get into some of the other highlights here in a second. It's either email, you can DM on us on Instagram, Twitter, or you can leave it in the YouTube comments. If you're listening here on the podcast, whip out your stupid smartphone. Okay, don't be lazy. Hit the little mailboxy icon. Shoot us an email. jc@thealohapress.com, and you'll have a chance to beat me, which most likely is going to happen because I am shooting blanks right now. I swear to God, I can't pick a winner to save my life. The only time I've won in the last 6 months is when Jeff picked all old guys, like all guys who were over 50. So Jeff, you've got the honors, buddy. I mean, they're playing in Japan. I don't know much about the golf course. It's somewhere that I've never heard. Yeah, so we're gonna pick 3 men. So let's get after it. Who do you got this 2021 Olympics?
There are a lot of golfers I don't know playing in this, which is to be expected with the Olympics. But I'm gonna go with one of our boys from the United States, Colin Morikawa, coming off of a major championship. I'm gonna go with Colin. Hey, just because I pick him doesn't mean you can't. As long as there's somebody different. Because I'm just judging by your face right there. He was one of your picks.
He was.
Okay.
Solid
so
pick.
Colin Morikawa, USA. Victor Hovland, Norway, my second pick. And then a guy I pick quite often. I like him. I think it's because I always think about Pebble Beach and the US Open. But I'm going with Paul Casey from Great Britain.
Wow, Jeff, this is incredible. This is absolutely I just want to verify your second pick. Who was your second pick? Okay, from Norway. For whatever reason, I thought he was from I don't know, Kansas or Oklahoma, but apparently he's from fucking Norway. He was born in Norway, but apparently only lives and plays in America. So good pick. I like it. It's those are 3 great picks. I unfortunately I'm going to change a few of my picks because I don't particularly not want to win 3 bottles in a row. Okay, give me an opportunity here. So I went with I originally went with Colin Morikawa from the United States. Okay, solid guy, just fucking won a major championship in a different country, in where they have COVID fucking restrictions. He wasn't allowed to play with his girlfriend or his cook or his chef or his butler or his fucking dog. So I'm gonna go with Xander Schauffele. I'm going to change my pick from Colin Morikawa to Xander Schauffele, a guy who, again, loves 9th place victories. He reminds me of like a bronze medalist, Xander. I'm going to switch it up. Okay. I'm going to go, instead of Paul Casey from Great Britain, I'm going to go ahead and go with, let's see here. Who would not disown their country and or, I'm going to go with a guy who has a lot on the line. This was my feel good story pick that I was going to post later. But I'm going to go with South Korea's Siwoo Kim, who's trying to avoid military service. All he's got to do is medal. Right. Okay. Highly motivated. I have a feeling he's been over there practicing a lot. And then I'm going to go with a heavy hitter in Roy McIlroy from Ireland. Okay. He made the trek from Florida out to Japan, and hopefully it's going to get done for me out in Tokyo.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, Siwoo, he might need to bring like some bookies with him or some guys with some cash, because if he's up around the top of the leaderboard come the final round, he might have to start paying people off some bribes or something, because he does not want to go serve in the military. He doesn't want to miss a couple of years of golf in his prime. You know, he might have to make that happen.
I would think so. I mean, shit, it's incredible. I mean, he might have to leave his country in order to fucking make some changes or something. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I think he's highly motivated. Now, I was going through the list, Jeff, of golfers. One, I realized there is not a lot of guys from many countries. Like, I don't know what the considerations were, but I had this weird feeling that maybe you could be maybe we could transfer your citizenship to like Iceland and get you on the team. You know, Team Iceland. Jeff Bellotti, walking in the Olympics games here in 4 years. I don't know where the next Olympics is going to be, but I mean, what the hell? I mean, would you consider that?
Yeah, you need to do a little research. Go find a country that doesn't have a golfer in the tournament, and maybe we'll figure out the process to become a citizen. Maybe I can get dual citizenship and play for them, but still live here. I'm in. I'm all for that. That's awesome.
It's because there's a couple guys doing it. Okay, I'm gonna point out names because I think it's funny. But Puerto Rico, Rafael Campos, ranked 281 in the world. Rafael, if your government, okay, sits in our Congress, you can't play for a different country. Okay, you're a citizen of the United States. Okay, if you pay taxes, it goes to our tax dollars. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, just make the switch. All right. But one guy I thought was hilarious, who we've made fun of in the past, is Roy Sabatini. I believe is from South Africa, but is playing as a Slovakia, which he's ranked 167 in the world. Jeff, there's guys who've made this transition. I think you could make it.
Anything to win for Rory, except for who I feel bad for whoever's going to get paired with him, because he's the world's slowest golfer by far.
He is slow and he is a rager. Can you imagine these guys playing in a tropical storm in Japan? Like just a fucking tsunami? Like that just, God, I would not, like, one, we're playing in a tsunami. We're getting what equivalent is pretty much precious metals, which in 10 years they're going to be giving out Bitcoin fucking necklaces instead of gold here, because it's not going to be worth anything. It cracks me up. Like, I don't know. I'm going off
the gold medal. What's the gold medal worth? Like $10,000, something like that. I mean, maybe more now since the price of gold's gone up.
I think gold is trading at like $1,800 an ounce. I don't know how many ounces are in gold medals. I would assume not a lot. I'm assuming you can't buy like a Volkswagen Bug with it. I mean, it's not that big. I mean, if you give someone a Bitcoin, fuck, it's worth like $34,000. I mean, I think that might be in the cards.
Yeah. Well, go Olympic golf. I can't wait.
And that's another thing, Jeff. I tune in to watch the Olympics and it's not on. Can they have some events at night? Like, let's get these fuckers some overhead lights, okay? Like a Friday night football game, so we can watch it when I'm awake. I don't want to stay up until 2 a.m. And again, I touched this earlier in the episode. I don't want to watch this shit on tape delay, okay? Especially if I know who the fucking gold medalist is this week. It just, I don't know. Besides the golf, Jeff, is there any other Olympic sport that you enjoy watching? Is it gymnastics? What is it?
I love watching gymnastics. I like watching swimming, beach volleyball. But there's one weird one that I really like watching for some reason, and that's curling. I just like the throwing the stones on ice, and the way they use the little broom to make it move a little bit. Kind of reminds me of bocce ball, being an Italian.
Yeah.
Kind of the same concept. So that's kind of a weird one, but I like that.
What you understand? This is Summer Olympics, right? This is the Summer Games. It's not the Winter Olympics.
You said Olympic. You just said Olympics.
I
right?
just figured you would, tick off, the most relevant Olympics, not next year's Winter Olympics, which now again is going to be 1 year. It's not even going to be 2 years apart. It just drives me crazy about the Olympics. For me personally, Winter Games wise, as we're all in the Winter Games, I like the one where they're skiing around like fucking James Bond and shooting rifles. That's what I don't understand. But
there was a video game back in the day for the Olympics, and that was one of the things that you could do. You had to hit the targets, but you're like cross country skiing and then stop and shoot.
I was looking at the Olympic Games list earlier, and I was looking at the funny ones, and I saw one was like dinghy racing. Like it's you get in this little boat and you have to sail as fast as you can. There's some Olympic sports that I think I could excel at. I think I could get a gold medal. If you gave me 4 years, I think I could train and be a gold medalist in one of these sports. I could promise you. If someone wanted to pay my salary, which is like $8,000 a year right now, because I do the Aloha Press, but I feel like I could be one of these Olympic athletes. Maybe not in golf, but maybe in another sport.
Racing.
Yeah. Maybe I'll name off a couple: canoe, kayak, flat water racing. I could probably win at that, right? It's probably a good one. No, okay. I'll name off a couple other ones. Let's see here.
I don't think you got that one.
What are you talking about? Downhill mountain biking? I'm probably dumb enough to do that. You just don't hit the brakes.
Style. Something crazy. Yeah. Something downhill fast where you got to be a little bit, daredevilish. That's right up your alley.
I agree. Or maybe the let's see here. The 3-on-3 basketball. I haven't shot a free throw lately, but what the hell is the 3-on-3 basketball?
That's real?
Yeah, it's real.
Are you joking? What is this fucking what was it called back in the day? Hoop It Up or Gatorade? We put on those 3-on-3 tournaments. Who plays 3-on-3 basketball? That's not a good thing. That's a pickup game. Do you think they play from like just half court, or they just play 2 games at once? Do they do 7-on-7 too out there? I mean, what are we doing, passing camps and shit?
See, that's the one thing that like kind of worries me about the United States. Like my favorite sport, I mean, besides golf, is football, and not soccer football. Okay, I'm talking about real football. You just kind of wonder, like, why don't they have that in the games? Like, do they just not want a bunch of beefy Americans just killing people? Like, I would love for the United States, Tom Brady leading the Olympic charge against Puerto Rico or Colombia or some other like Nigeria in the Olympics. I can just imagine what kind of death toll would be on the football field.
It would be a bloodbath. It would be an absolute bloodbath.
So as I look through the Olympic sports, there's not a lot I would be good at. Especially trampolining, maybe triathlon. I can't run. Weightlifting, probably not. Anyways, getting back to golf. The Olympics, it's fucking here finally. To be honest with you, I'm not very excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna have to stay up late to watch it, but that's okay.
It's better than what we've been seeing besides major championship golf. The 3M and these other knockoff ones. At least the Olympics, worldwide.
That's true,
Jeff.
Jeff.
To win a medal. You got a chance to change his life.
What? They could be on a Wheaties box. I mean, yeah, no, Siwoo Kim, absolutely. Yeah. That's one individual who I wish. I don't want him to get the gold, okay? Because one, I'm an American. I don't wish any other country to get any medals besides bronze. They can have bronze. They can't have gold and silver. We want those. But the where was I going with this? Shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh, major championship
You're
golf.
Si Woo. Oh,
Did you
okay.
see the fart machine that was placed at the Open Championship last week that no one talked about it until a couple days ago? Apparently, Colin Morikawa is about to hit on the 18th hole, and someone sat down next to one of the speakers a fart machine, and the marshals were freaking out trying to look for this fucking audio recording of people farting on the final round of the Open Championship.
I did not hear about that. Did they get video of whoever did it?
No, they didn't get any video of it. It was someone buried it in the deep grass, and someone like remotely turned it on the 18th hole and was shooting off farting noises as Colin Morikawa was trying to finish off his round. I just had a feeling Louis Oosthuizen's caddy might have placed it there, at the Saturday night before the Open's final round.
Never know. Never know.
Other couple crazy stories coming out of this week's news in the golfing world. Jason Kokrak is leading the charge on Golf Saudi, along with Gary Player. Which, if you guys aren't familiar, the Golf Saudi is a league that's going to be competing against the PGA Tour, European Tour, and the rest of the other tours owned by the PGA Tour. Jeff, your reaction to Jason Kokrak getting tying his name to a kingdom nation that does horrible things to people.
Hey, you know what? It's probably very smart move for him financially. He probably looked at his golf game and realized he's not going to win a major championship. So if he gets banned from coming back and playing, he's not going to be that sad. He's going to make a shit ton of money. And then when he's done with it over there, he can come back and live his life and drink his whiskey again. And, all the things that you were talking about earlier that they can't do over there, he can do it back in the United States.
First of all, if you're going to, so I saw this article and I got a bit enraged by Jason Kokrak. Gary Player to me is dead just because he's got a dirtbag son who likes to promote bad things on remarkable incidences. Anyways, the thing that frustrates me the most about Jason Kokrak is, one, he states that he's a United States citizen, even though he was born in Canada. Okay, if you join the Saudis, a terrorist nation, in my opinion, who murders, like golf media people, I think you should be deported from the United States. I feel like you should go head back up to Canada and, regain your citizenship. It just bothers me.
Hey, he's only got to beat Gary Player. There's only two people in the goddamn league. So I think he's going to have a pretty good record.
With this news, like, there's got to be more players for this league, right? Like, it's supposed to be this 12-week league that's supposed to compete against the PGA Tour. Currently, like, Jason Kokrak's going to lead the tournaments in victories because Gary Player is on his deathbed. I guarantee it. He's got to be like 87 years old or 92. He's not going to get real far.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who's next to jump on it. It's a money grab. Sooner or later, people they're gonna go after it.
Another thing that confused me about the picture with Jason Kokrak. We'll show it on the YouTube show, but Jason Kokrak is kneeling down next to his nice new golf bag. But then I look at the rest of his logos and the rest of like his entourage of sponsors. First of all, he's got a BetMGM hat on. I'm assuming in Saudi Arabia, gambling's illegal, okay? Women aren't allowed to go outside by themselves, let alone, I'm assuming, gamble. And then next to him is a beautiful eagle with an American flag on it. And not in the eagle. That would be weird. It's stitched into the eagle. It's Eagle Rare Bourbon out in Kentucky. Another thing that would get you 100 lashings if you show up to that country drunk or bringing alcohol. I just want to ask Jason, like, what the fuck? Like, I just want to know the number. Like, give me the number, and I'll be like, oh, okay. The number of, like, how many millions of dollars they had to pay you to sign up to stitch that shit on your bag.
It's ginormous. I guarantee it. It's ginormous.
The guy's won, like, twice, I think. Like, he won last year at Shadow Creek, and he probably won another. I think he beat, like, Matt Wolf at one of them, so it wasn't hard competition. But it just, I don't know. Just hearing this news just confuses me.
We'll see the direction golf goes in.
we'll see. It's going to be pretty remarkable. Jeff, with that being said, I mean, we got our picks in for the Olympics. Super excited to watch curling next year, and the skiing. I'm glad we hit on a lot of topics this episode. We didn't have a lot of golf to talk about. We somehow got to we got a pretty good podcast in, and we were like 44 minutes.
Hey, I just imagine this like a Sunday night podcast where you actually watch some golf that's entertaining. It comes down to the last putt. Get your blood going, and then we hop on and we can actually talk about something really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. We didn't get it this week. Maybe next week after the Olympics.
Well, it's, and then we got the FedEx playoffs, which is just going to be exhilarating. They've already started the championship season ender, the FedEx Cup. And all I keep thinking about is Louis Oosthuizen. He's got to be near the top. Fuck, this guy. He's coming second place in every FedEx Cup fucking playoff, and he's sporting the competitor's logo. The thing that would make my year is Louis Oosthuizen not winning a single tournament this year, but winning the FedEx Cup playoffs. That's the only victory I want him to have, just because it would just give the PGA Tour a giant middle finger to their main sponsor.
It could happen. You never know. He's playing well.
It might. So looking forward to all that talk. But Jeff, we got some exciting news. Before we jumped on the podcast, I checked the numbers, and we've only got 48 spots left for the Aloha Press Classic.
Hey, people need to get out there and sign up. Don't wait till the last second. I know there's a lot of people that are going to come, but don't wait till the last second. Get out there, sign up. Let us get our numbers up to where we can have an idea and start putting the groups together and getting everything going. You wait till the last second. You never know. We've got some big groups that are getting ready to sign up, so it's going to fill up fast.
Well, the point of me saying that was last year at this point in time, we had no idea that we were going to even host a tournament, and somehow we filled 40 spots. So I'm just relaying to you folks listening, if you want to be a part of this tournament, please join us, but do it sooner than later, because we have 12 spots filled, and I don't know 8 of the players. Okay, like I literally do not know who they. I'm going to be introducing myself at the fucking tour. Hi, I'm JC. Hi, I'm JC. So just understand we have limited amount of spots. So go sign up. You can sign up at thealohapress.com/classic, or you can reach out to me and we can do it over the phone if you feel more comfortable talking to me in my sexy voice here on the podcast. So do me a favor, sign up before it's too late. I'm pretty excited about it. Things are coming together. So
yeah, and hey, we've had some people use it as a Christmas gift, use it as a birthday gift. Maybe both of them combined. You never know. Find a way to get there. That's all I'm saying. Find a way.
It's yes, I've heard from a few guests who are waiting for other people to sign them up. Don't wait for other people. Take action on your own. Okay. The inflation is real here in the United States. Okay, the price is only going up. I guarantee you, September 2nd, the cost of the tournament to get in is going to be about $1,200. Because I'm gonna have to buy a couple spots from people. But it's so don't wait. It's a great Christmas present. I like that, Jeff. That was key. Well, really appreciate it, guys. Enjoy your week of golf. Enjoy the Olympics. Submit your picks if you while you're listening to this, grab your phone, email me, DM me, whatever, and we'll see you next week, Jeff. Right, it's Sunday, right? It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Go Team USA, baby.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you next week,
right,
and everyone else have a great week, and see you guys later. Cheers.
Wearing all black,
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking a shit in the gutter.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.